Hello, thank you for joining me on a demo today. My name is Kaylin and I'm a POS specialist with Lavu. First thing I want to show you is the PIN pad you see here on my screen. I'm going to enter in my PIN number here and hop into Lavu. If you have employees that work dual roles, such as a server who sometimes tends bar, Lavu will allow them to choose which role they are going to perform when they PIN in. This will allow you to track your various bill rates for those employees for payroll. Now that we have logged in, we are in quick serve mode. This is where your staff will work from to take orders. There are a few different layouts you can work from, including a table layout and a tab layout. No matter which layout you use, you will always end up back at this screen. Moving to the menu, you're going to have 3 levels to your menu: your groups, your categories, and your items. You can use as many groups and categories and items as you would like. If you have more than what fits on the screen, it's no problem. Just swipe your finger from side to side for the different groups and categories, or up and down for items. Everything is customizable. I'm going to select an item from a category, and let's say our customer wants an avocado salad. Select avocado salad and a force modifier with dressing choices pops up. You are able to set up force modifiers for any menu item so that your servers cannot move forward in the order process without making a selection. The customer wants Greek dressing. I'm going to tap on the Greek, and you can see on the order pad the force modifier shows up with a dash. The force modifier is one of 3 modifiers that you can enable in Lavu. The second type of modifier is an optional modifier. This allows servers to add or remove ingredients. Let's say that the customer wants extra avocado. To do this, just tap on the item on the order pad. Select the plus and avocados. You will notice that underneath the optional modifier is a text box. If your server needs to enter in any other special notes for the kitchen, they can do so here. Select the check mark and you're done with that item. The third modifier is a detour modifier. The next customer wants to order a bacon cheeseburger, so I'm going to select burgers from the categories and then bacon cheeseburger from the items. Again, we see that force modifier to ask for the temperature. I will select medium, and then another force modifier will appear in the checklist format. This allows the server to select multiple items at a time. I'm going to make my selections from the checklist and tap continue. Next, the detour modifier box pops up. Lavu is asking if I would like to make this a combo. If I select no, the burger will be added to the order pad and I can move on to my next order. If I select yes, Lavu will prompt me with another set of forced modifiers. The customer wants a combo, so I'm going to select yes. And then select sweet potato fries and a peanut butter cookie and a Pepsi. You can add as many modifiers as you might need and customize them in any order that you wish. Now that the order is complete, I will send the ticket to the kitchen. To do this, I will tap the send button in the top right corner of the order pad. And now the order has been fired off to your kitchen printer. Lavu makes it very simple to split checks. Our customers have elected to split their check evenly, so I'll swipe on the split check button, select split evenly, and choose 2. Now you notice that Lavu has successfully split all of the items into half on the 2 different orders. Well, the customer actually wanted to pay for their own items separately, so that is a simple fix. I will swipe the split button just as I did before. Select split evenly, move it back onto 1 check. To split by item, all I need to do is tap on the split button, tap the item that I would like to split off, and tap that split button again. Now Lavu is asking what we would like to do. We can either move the item to a new check, move it to a new order, or add it to another order. I'm going to select new check. And now you notice that the item has successfully been removed and moved onto the new check. Now we are ready to go to checkout. The checkout process is very simple and customizable for any types of payments you might want to take. Tap the checkout button in the top right corner. From there, you will see our checkout screen. This is completely customizable in that you can rename the buttons and change the dollar amounts. Here we have some fixed amounts and underneath some other methods of payment. When I select the discount button, you'll see a lot of different discount types. Lavu gives you two open-ended options to start with, a percentage and an amount. You can also add as many customized discounts as you like. Now it's time to accept payment. The first customer is going to pay with cash, so I will select my Quick Cash button, and at that point, my cash drawer will pop open. Here you will notice Lavu wants me to select a receipt option, to print, to email, or to do both, or there is a no receipt option. The receipt options are just that, optional. This means that you can tell Lavu to turn them on or off, depending on your workflow and how fast you want to process transactions. The second customer is going to be paying with a credit card. I'm going to show you how to manually enter a credit card as I am in a demo environment and do not have a credit card swiper connected. This is also beneficial if the MAC stripe on a card is worn down and you need to manually enter it. I'm going to tap the card button and manually enter the card number now. Now that I've entered the card, two optional windows are going to pop up. The first being a tip screen. I'm feeling generous today, so I'm going to select the 40% button and tap continue, which brings up the next optional window. This can be disabled if you prefer a more traditional method of having a receipt print instead of the paperless option. I'm going to sign with my finger in the signature window and select continue. Next, you will see the same receipt options as before. If you do decide to use the sign on screen window and your customer wants a copy of their receipt, they can select Print Receipt, and Lavu will take a snapshot of the customer's signature and print it on the receipt copy. Of course, if you want to print the traditional merchant customer copy receipt, you can disable the Sign on Screen option and tell Lavu to print a traditional receipt with a tip and signature line. The payment has been processed now, and your server can move on to the next order. Now let's take a look at the back end or control panel of Lavu. To log into the control panel, you'll navigate to admin.poslavu.com and use your login information, your username and password, to get logged in. Upon login, you're going to see the dashboard. This provides an at-a-glance snapshot of some reports that we believe would be most important to business owners and managers. Remember that you can check this at any time on any device from anywhere, as long as you have internet connectivity. Next, we will move to the menu. Here's where you will build out and customize your menu to show up in the front of house. Up here in the drop-down is where you can add and edit your menu groups. After you add or edit a group, click Save, and now you can add your categories. Here's where you will add your categories in your items, their price, your optional and forced modifiers, and ingredients if you have any. Right here is where you will see the global modifiers, which affect the entire category if you choose. However, you can also set modifiers at the item level, which will override the global settings. I'm going to select optional modifiers from the top to show you how simple it is to set these. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and select Add Mod List. Add the list, then add your specific modifiers, then select Save. When you click Save, everything goes live to your business environment. I'm going to go back to the menu and just briefly touch on ingredients. So here, on the right of the modifiers, you have the option to add ingredients. Since your inventory items become ingredients, everything you list for a specific item you will be able to track. Here you can add an item to the category you built out down at the bottom of the page. You can add the quantity that you have on hand, the unit of measure in which you are counting. You can manually enter and change if you're using cans, bottles, ounces, pounds, etc., the cost per unit, your par level or the amount you should have on hand for the day, and your low alert level. You can enter the number in which you want Lavu to fire off an email alerting you that a particular item is low and you need to reorder it. Down here at the bottom of the page is where you're going to enter that email for those email alerts. You can enter in your email or anybody who monitors your inventory. The next tab is our Layouts tab. This goes back to the table layout that I showed you earlier. Here you can build out your rooms to mirror your business, change table sizes, and rename tables. This is all very flexible to your workflow. Here, in the Settings tab, is where you tell Lavu how to behave. It is essentially the brain of Lavu, where you can customize what you want it to do for your environment. One of the most important features you will find in the Settings tab is scheduling. The Lavu scheduling feature is pretty standard, but it does its job very well. You can add shifts to build out your work week, and if you like a certain schedule, you have the ability to copy and paste it to another week, print it off, and add special notes. The best part of the scheduler is that your employees will have access to their schedules in their employee portal. They can access this portal from any device, anywhere, at any time, as long as they have internet connectivity. They can also request coverage to take shifts, keeping them accountable without having to call management or come into work on their days off. I will go ahead and select Request Coverage, fill out the reason, and finally click Submit Request. After I submit my coverage request, an email will be sent out to the entire company. If you do not want it sent to the entire company, you can set your permissions so that the requests just go to management to be approved or just to the employees. Next, I want to touch on reports. This is probably one of the most important areas for you and your management team. When I select reports, much like when we initially logged into the backend, you will see a snapshot of your reports. Since Lavu tracks everything, you have the ability to build out reports and filter by whatever works for you and your business. I'm going to select the sales report, and you will see that there are a lot of other sub-reports. You can sort by date, month, or year, or a specific date range. You will have a filter option for each report. This will allow you to choose what you want to filter your reports by. Once you find a report that works best for you, you can save this to your favorites. This will allow you to pull this report with the filters that you've applied at any time, and all you have to do is select your date range, month, or year. Keep in mind all your reports are printable or exportable to a CSV. This will drop your information into an Excel file that can then be imported into a third-party software, such as Peachtree or QuickBooks. Last but definitely not least is our Assistance page. Here you will find tutorials, quick how-to videos if you forgot, you want to learn, or you want to train your staff on how to do something in Lavu. There are more tutorials available on our YouTube channel as well. Moving on to the Support tab, our support division is located at our headquarters in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It is available 365 days a year, 24/7, to include holidays. This page has a couple of good resources on it, such as our ticket system. You're able to send a ticket in with a question, or if you have an issue that is not time sensitive, it will be answered in the order that it is received in the queue. All of this is included with the Lavu system. There are no hidden service charges or fees for any of the features, including support. Feel free to reach out to us at 855-767-5288 or shoot us an email to sales@lavu.com. Thank you.